Dobrez, and I'm the president of Dober. And Dober is a family-owned business, 64 years young, as we like to say now. As the president of the company, I'm carrying the torch of culture and helping educate the company. What's the difference between culture and core values? And core values stand the test of time, and I talked earlier about how they originated from our mom and dad, and my dad brought in the business, and the children perpetuated through, and so forth. Culture needs to adapt with the times, and culture is one of the best descriptions I ever heard of it. It's just the way we get work done around here. And just the way we get work done around here changes as you get new team members with new ideas, new technologies, new buildings, new ideas around how you collaborate. And Dober wanted to make sure that we adapted with the times.
If you take your eye off of culture, people will create the culture for you. A lot of companies are like teenagers. They don't know who they are, right? They're like, who am I? I'm exploring, I'm trying to figure out who I am, and having that anchor is so important because everyone needs to align to that. The very first thing we implemented and invested in was leadership development, making sure that community was built, it was on the same page, which gets into the Dober Leads program, the care model, which is the anchor that we used for the behaviors. So when we launched the care model, all the leaders started using the word clarity, and they knew what that meant. Like it was clear as to what clarity meant, and they started embodying that within their teams. But as far as sales and growth, we are seeing a ton of fantastic innovation. We're seeing our people speak up and speak out about the things they want to see implemented at Dober. So that psychological safety is starting to swell.
Psychological safety is something that we were pursuing on introducing to the company before working with DX Learning. There had to be a business reason for it. There wasn't, oh, this is nice. It seems to be where some businesses are trending in culture, so let's do it. There had to be a connection to the strategic benefit for the company. And without a doubt, that strategic benefit to the company is it improves team effectiveness. And if you improve team effectiveness, you're going to have better creativity, better innovation. And so the psychological safety is making sure everyone knows that in this organization they should feel safe to say what's on their mind, what they're feeling, what their opinions are, to not feel that they should hold back.
The care is beautiful in its simplicity, in its articulation of some key concepts that really cover a lot of ground. DX's gift is integration. I think you work with a lot of consulting companies and partners that have something that's out of the box, and they copy and they paste. They copy, they paste.
We're striving for the same sustainable solutions. We might do it in different ways, but we shouldn't do the culture in different ways. We're all one heartbeat again. So when you do have some that maybe pick and choose where they want to be with the culture, that's where you start to have a breakdown. To your point, care, people are talking about, okay, well, what does that mean? But when you think about it, it means the same thing. You want to feel care, you want to give care, and that feeds straight into culture. You're not going to have a culture that doesn't care about people. You're not going to have a culture that doesn't want to strive for those pieces. For example, at the end of a meeting, I can't tell you how many times we have, okay, let me recap, make sure we're all clear on what next steps are, who's doing what by when. It's played out in the actual behaviors. That's definitely a fan favorite, I would say. It can be scary to figure out where to start. This is not scary. It can feel uncomfortable, and it's always going to feel uncomfortable when you make change, but this feels human.
I would recommend DX Learning because your program is a genuine program that can kind of bend with the organization and and evolve with the organization. We've been able to take your care model and incorporate the components of it where we had gaps, instead of, oh, let's replace everything we've been working on and now here's our new model. And that's been a pleasant surprise. And I was worried about that initially. Like, well, you know, we're not going to care model. That's it. That's all we're doing here at Dober, and that's our no. We've been doing all this culture work, so this care model is able to come in and help us do a lot of what we're doing better, and areas that we were maybe blind at or weren't doing at all, get us going on it.